dangerous driving loophole closed.
People who drive around without insurance are probably the most dangerous.
WMC Action News 5 investigator Andy Wise getting results. The big change signed into law and how it will keep you safer on the road. Workplace violence. A woman shot at her job.
They need more Jesus in their life.
But it's who's accused of pulling the trigger that's really scary. Billboard controversy targeting black-on-black crime.
We're killing each other at 5 or 10 times the rate now.
The man behind it and why he decided to flip the message. WMC Action News 5 at 6 starts now.
Black Lives Matter, so let's quit killing each other. That's the message on this Orange Mound billboard.
WMC Action News 5's Felicia Bolton joins us now to explain how the man behind the message is using it to fight black-on-black crime. Felicia?
Big, bold, and red, you can see this billboard a mile away, and the creator of the sign says it's time that the black community stop violence amongst themselves. Near the busy intersection of Airways Boulevard and Park Avenue stands this sign, Black Lives Matter, so let's quit killing each other. Drivers take notice.
I feel like it's a great deal for the community. We feel great about that.
The man behind the campaign says he's expanding on the Black Lives Matter movement following the deaths of black men across the U.S.
We have been wearing the message around the country, Black Lives Matter, in relationship to these legitimate lynching by white folk on black men primarily.
He's the maker of the international Mind Not Behind slogan. This time, Fred Davis has this billboard sitting directly in front of his insurance company.
We're going to have to wake up. We're going to have to say to ourselves that Black Lives Matter and that we're going to have to refrain from killing each other out of our own frustration.
Davis walked alongside Martin Luther King Jr. in his final march before his death.
So I can speak not from reading a book about the history, because I was a part of the history. So I think that gives me a license as an experienced observer to push and to advocate to the black community. Let's stop it.
Black Lives Matter. Yes, sir. Woo!
Well, no one out here today seemed to disagree with this controversial message, but we want to hear what you think. So head to our website, WMCActionNews5.com, and leave us your comments on this billboard. Reporting live in Orange Mound, Felicia Bolton, WMC Action News 5.
A breaking news update now. A baby and man are dead after a crash involving an 18-wheeler this afternoon. That crash happened on I-55 at the Mound City Road exit in West Memphis, Arkansas. Arkansas State Police say a pickup truck slammed into the back of that 18-wheeler after witnesses say the driver came to a stop because of construction ahead. A man and child in the pickup died in the crash, but the woman survived. Witnesses we talked to say they tried to comfort the woman until first responders arrived on the scene.
She asked her would she just pray, and she kept praying the whole time she was there and held her hand and kept her calm down.
Well, witnesses say it took responders about an hour to pry her out of the vehicle. We are still working to learn that woman's condition.
A Memphis man is behind bars accused of shooting his wife while she was at work. Tiandria Bates is recovering now at Regional 1 after police say her husband shot her while she was in the middle of a nap. WMC Action News 5's Kanji Anthony reports.
They need more Jesus in their life.
Neighbors say the violence needs to stop.
It's just crazy. People today, they just do things.
The police affidavit says Tiandria Bates was resting on a couch at Robinson Care Home in Whitehaven when she awoke to her husband, Eugene, standing over her with a gun. She told police he threatened to kill her and then shot her in the leg. No one at the home that provides mental health, nursing home, and home health care would comment, but neighbors had a lot to say.
He ain't supposed to be that jealous. She probably put him out or something.
That's actually what happened. Bates told police she had thrown her husband out of their home earlier in the week.
You never know what somebody might do.
I looked up Eugene Bates' rap sheet. It's pretty lengthy. 2 prior domestic violence charges, as well as a list of drug and other charges. He's now in jail on a $25,000 bond, charged with aggravated assault.
They know about the lower way, then it'd be better if these preachers start preaching and let folks know the ways of God.
Eugene Bates is due in court Friday. Conji Anthony, WMC Action News 5.
Lemoyne-Owen College has a new leader, Dr. Andrea Miller, the college's first female president. The historical black college in South Memphis announced Miller as its new president today. She is a Lemoyne-Owen College alum and native Memphian. Current president Johnny Watson is retiring at the end of this month. Miller will start as president on September 1st.
Our insurance sources tell us as many as 3 out of 4 car insurance claims in Shelby County involve uninsured drivers. They destroy property, in some cases even destroy lives. Andy Wise told you tougher penalties against Tennessee's uninsured drivers were coming down the pike. Now it's official. Andy?
All that was left to do was get the governor's signature. Done. There's Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam with the Atwood family of Memphis by his side as he pens his signature on the James Lee Atwood Jr. law. It will increase the penalties against uninsured drivers who violate Tennessee's 38-year-old law that requires they carry at least auto liability insurance. Starting July 1st, the law will increase the misdemeanor fine for driving without insurance from $100 to $300. It authorizes the creation of a statewide insurance tracking system through vehicle registration by 2017. And if the system finds a vehicle without insurance, the state could suspend that vehicle's registration and tack on a $300 reinstatement fee. Also effective this July 1st, all Tennessee police departments will have the authority to tow an uninsured driver's car. The law's namesake, James Lee Atwood Jr. of Memphis, was killed by an uninsured driver in this accident in southeast Memphis last July. The driver, now charged with vehicular homicide, was pulled over just 7 hours earlier and cited for driving without insurance. But since the cops did not have the authority to tow his car, they let him go on driving without insurance to eventually kill Atwood.
Had he been taken off the road that day for the exact same thing that he had been pulled over for, he wouldn't have been on the road that day to hit and kill my brother.
Now, as if you need another reason to crack down on uninsured drivers, here's another. A Bartlett man lost his leg to a driver who was not only uninsured, but also driving without a license. And get this, that driver is a Shelby County deputy jailer. That story tonight on WMC Action News 5 at 10. Andy Wise, WMC Action News 5.
This just into our WMC Action News 5 newsroom. The Ole Miss campus is under a boil water alert tonight. Ole Miss leaders say a water main broke on the Oxford campus, leaving some buildings on campus without water. The campus maintenance team working now to repair the leak by tonight, within the next several hours, they hope. But the university says it is now asking students and everyone on staff to boil water for a minute before using it or use bottled water.
The FedEx St. Jude Classic underway at TPC at Southwind, bringing out some of the best and brightest stars in the world of golf. But this successful tournament wouldn't be possible without a very special group of people. Sports Director Jarvis Greer joins us live to show us how. Jarvis?
Ursula, you know, it takes a huge production to put on a PGA Tour event. Folks out here at the FedEx St. Jude Classic feel they do it as good or better than any other stop on tour. But you know what? It takes a whole lot of work to make that happen. Work that's done here mostly for free.
Hi, you want a popsicle?
They're all over the course at the TPC at Southwind, doing everything from clearing a path for the players to picking up trash to shushing the crowd with those ubiquitous hush y'all signs. The FedEx St. Jude Classic has a virtual army of volunteers, almost 1,900 in number.
Honestly, it's just a sense of giving back to the community and being involved in any aspect of St. Jude. I mean, look at what they do worldwide.
This is Joe Poley's 5th year to volunteer at the FESJC.
All of these placards that you see.
Practice range co-captain Chris Ford is in his 14th.
Has a place to come to when they warm up. We make sure all of these coolers are pulled back up to the top. With all of these buckets, we make sure that there's ice and drinks and everything's full for the golfers ready to go.
Jarvis, this is year 41 for me.
Former U of M SID Bob Wynn mans the media room at the FESJC.
It's just all the volunteers in here. It's our way to say we're a part of this. We're a part of this fight. It's our way to give back to St. Jude.
You know what? It's really something. The volunteers that come here, many of them give up vacations from their real jobs to come out here and work this tournament for a week. What a great thing, the power of St. Jude here in Memphis. Now, big news from the tournament today. Dustin Johnson, the world's 7th-ranked golfer, withdraws from the tournament. He was 3 over through 9 holes, but he goes bye-bye. Illness is what he cited as reason for giving it up out here. We'll have more on that and the rest of the day's golf news coming up for you later in sports. Covering the FESAC live at the TPC at Southwind. Jarvis Greer, WMC Action News 5 Sports.
It was a rain-free but hot day at the TPC at Southwind, and that was the case around much of the Mid-South. Saw a couple of showers around northern Mississippi, a couple still outside the coverage area right now, right around the Memphis metro. Look at this, we're at 91 degrees. Taking a look at the weekend forecast for the FedEx St. Jude Golf Classic. Got a 30% chance for showers and thunderstorms Saturday, 89 the high. Sunday, a 40% probability for rain and thunderstorms. We're going to take a look at Futurecast, break down the time for you, and we'll give you a heads up on what we expect as we wrap up the week tomorrow, and we'll take a look at what's in store for next week. You may be surprised. I'll have your forecast in just a few.
New and next at 6, digital distractions. Are digital devices getting in the way of your family time? We'll show you how 2 of America's favorite pastimes are working to bring your family together. Plus,
Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis is on the line. They're waiting to hear from me. They're waiting to see me.
the wrestling world is remembering legend Dusty Rhodes. Find out what Jerry the King Lawler said was special about the American dream. And all new at 10, the Wait for Justice rape kit testing finally zeroes in on a suspect more than a decade after a woman was attacked.